Madim, which means to tend. When I Isupk Virginia Sabbath service, Madim, which means to stand. Wapun Yahakwadam is turn to face the east, or say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew and then in the English. Right? Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Nawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawafi Nawa, Wala'a, Tabayai Nawa, Banasai 1, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayim, Ra, Kayala, Ka, Hamalak, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, Lahawalamyam, Aman, and in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. So be it. Prayer for the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Baba Kwashar, Nathan Lanawa, Haka, Haka, La Pa'a, Kal Makala, Wakal Matawa, Haka, La Tahar, Hamataz Orion, Haka, La Hakwiyam, Hamathiam, Haka, Al Rakal Waf, Atama Allah, Lagarashan, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, the water Amah. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121. Asha'a, Ayanya, Al Hahoryam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Izorya, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shemorka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yashun, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemorka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'a, Yakaka, Wairak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamorka, Makal Ra, Yashamor, Afna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamor, Tazaathka, Wawa'aka, Wa'aitha, Ma'aid, Iwalam, Amam. And in the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. Behold, he that keepeth thee shall not slumber. Behold, so like he that keepeth thee shall not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. Yahweh shall preserve thee. So like the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming forth. And even from now, Yahweh shall preserve, he shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83. Alahayim. Al damaya laka wa al takarash. Al kaya hana awayabyaka. Yahama yawan wa mashanayaka. Nasha'awa ra'ash al aimaka. La ariyamwa sawab. Wayataya aitazawa. Al tazapa wanyaka. Amarwa. Nakawa wanakakida magoya wala'a yazakar. Sham Yasha Allah, Iwad, Kaya, Nawa Aitazawa, Lab, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Bar Yath, Yakarathwa, Ahalya, Adawam, Wayashima Alya, Mawaaba, Wahagorya, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashab, Aim Yashabya, Tazawa, Gum Ashawa, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadyan, Kasaya Saraa, Kayabyan, Banakal, Kwayashman, Nashamadwa, Baayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatamwa, Nadayamawa, Ka'ira, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bak, Wakatazal Manai, Kao, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Marwa, Naya Rishad, Lanawa, Af, Naawaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Kaash. Lapunya Raka, Kaash, Taba Ira Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Aryan, Khan, Taradatma, Basa Iraka, Wabasawapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Punyaham, Qualawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Baawa, Aya Aid, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daaiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shemka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kal Ha'arataza. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they are consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes as Abah and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set up the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. Blessings for the power structure. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shah, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahaya, Matazab Yah, Allah Wapya Hana, Ha Allah Wapya, Ha Saranya, Ha Quatazayanya, Ha Kayayoyan, Wa Ha Wathian, Yahweh, Shin Yahweh Shah, the Wada Amon, in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you, so be it. Curses, the Hebrew. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and to the nations, their drug dealers, the court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. All right. Yeshabium means to be seated. All right. All right. Go ahead and get started. Like it, I can. It's just a moment. Like it, I can. Bear with us just a moment. Y'all by Shimon Shah Brakathum. Y'all Jamal the Thun by Shimon Shah to the sisters. Technical difficulties there. Esau is certainly the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? We'll fight through it. The water y'all joining us. We'll get back up. Instagram, let me know if you back up. All right, just let me know if you can hear and see me now. All right, we're going to go ahead. All right, y'all look clear. If not, just let me know. Just give me a one if y'all can hear and see me. If not, we're going to get moving. All right. So we're going to be reading from Deuteronomy, of course, in the Hebrew, every Sabbath service. Most High in Christ, brothers and sisters, good participation in the Hebrew language class. You understand? Make sure you learn in the Hebrew. You get to see the application of the Hebrew in the Bible with the Sabbath service. Y'all become more familiar while y'all brothers and sisters tuning in and learning, taking on this culture. The more and more we build up our world and our society, the stronger and more prepared we'll be to handle all the issues facing our tribes, especially as this empire collapses. All right. So we're going to start Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 1. Kal, Hamatazawa, Ashar, An Anak, Salakia, Anakia, Matazawar, Matazawak, Hawa'a, Salakia, Hayawam, the day, the Shamar one, La Aisha Wav, La Ma'awa, Salakia, La Ma'ain, Thakaya, Thakayawan, Salakia, Waraba, Warabayath, Warabayatham, Waba'ath, Waba'atham, Wayarashaf, Wayarashtham, Salakia, Af, Salakia, Ha'arataza, Ashar, Nashabai, Yahweh, Abath, Yakam. Verse 2. Was a karaf, af, cow, hadabat, salakia, hadarak, ashar, halayak, salakia, halayakak, Yahweh, alahayaka, your power. Za'a, salakia, zaha, arabayam, shana, bama, salakia, bama dabar, Lama'ain, Aina Thak, Lana Sath, Lana Sakaf, well, okay. Lada'ith, Ath, Ashar, Balababak, Balabaka, Salakia, Hata Shamar, Am, La'ab, verse 3. Waya Ainak, Waya Ra'abaika, Salakia, Waya Ra'aibak, Salakia, Waya Akal, Waya Akalak, Atham, Salakia, Af, Haman, Ashar, La'a, Yada'aith, Lawa'a, Salakia, Lawa'a, Yada'aith, Salakia, Yadaiwan, Abath Yaka, Lama'ain, Hawadaika, Kaya, La'a, Al, Halaham, Salakia, Halacham, bread, Halakam, Labadwa, Hi, Salakia, Yakaya, Ha'adam, Kaya, Al, Kal, Mawataza'a, Paya, Yahawa, Yakaya, Ha'adam. Verse 4. Shemalafka, La'a, Balatha,
Ma'alyaka, Wara Waragalak, La'a, Batazaqua, Za, Arabaiha, Salakia, Arabayam, Shana. Verse 5. Wayada'aith, Aim, Lababak, Kaya, Ka'ashar, Yayasar, Salakia, Yayasar, Ayash, Ath, Bana, Salakia, Banwa, Yahawa, Alahayaka, Mayasa, Mayasarak, and turn to rock. Mayasarak, verse 6. Waya Washamar, Washamarath, Ath, Matazawath, Haya, Salakia, Yahawa, Alahayaka, Lalakath, Badarak Yawa, Wala, and the Wala Yara'ah, Wala Yara'ah, Atha, Salakia, Athwa, verse 7. Kaya, Yahweh, Alahayaka, the Most High, your power come. Maba, and in Maba Ya'ak, Al, Arataza, Tawabs, Tawabah. What is that? Good? Tawabah, good land. Tawab, Arataza, Nakalya, Mayam, waters. Okay? Ayanath, Wana, Wathamath, Yataza Ayam, Babakwa Aiha, Wabahar. Right? That's 7 verses. All right, that's verse 7. Okay. So now when you're reading in the Hebrew, Shalom, when you're reading in the Hebrew, you got connectors, you got words. Those words in our language, we don't separate a lot of things. Wa, you got different words. Ba means in, ma means from, wa means and. These things are connected. Then you got the enders or the suffixes. You got ka, your wa, nawa, ours, ka is yours, and all of those things. This is what you learn in the Hebrew language class every Friday. All right. And this is how you hear them in the application. So when you hear brothers reading, you hear myself or Officer Yarash Shemaf or any brother doing the Sabbath service, or anytime you hear the prayers, you'll hear the connectors. And these things are words that's being put together. The difference of the pronunciations, where the connectors are, where the enders are, all of those things say something and change what the word is. So you hear as you're reading, and as you learn to read as well, you'll learn to sound those words out to see what you're actually saying as you're translating them while you're speaking. So that's how it's done. And of course, you'll get better over time. All right. Just keep coming to those Hebrew language classes. Deuteronomy 8:1. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do. It says, do them all. I'm commanding you. These are not suggestions. That ye may live. That's the first thing. The reason why we dying as a people is because these commandments are permanent. We can never eat pork. Not in the year 50, not in the year 500 BC AD, not in the year 2022. We can't eat pork. We can't be homosexual. Sex is marriage. You can't have sex with another brother's woman. You cannot smoke weed, cigarettes, crack, cocaine, heroin. We can't smoke anything. We cannot have interracial marriages. You cannot have sex with a sister and throw her away. You cannot murder your babies with abortion. All of these things have always existed, and the Lord has always told us to keep his commandments, to stay separate from the other nations of people. And this is how we live. The reason why we're dying, the only reason why we're getting shot and killed and murdered and raped and robbed and kidnapped, losing our homes and communities, is because we do not obey God's laws, statutes, and commandments. That is the only reason. If we obeyed the Most High, they could not take our communities. They could not take our children. They could not take our homes. They couldn't do any of these things, you understand? They couldn't do any of these things if we obeyed the Most High. All right? Which is what the Lord has been telling us. All right? If we obey him, you're going to live. You're going to live and multiply. We're not multiplying. We 25 million in a hole since Roe versus Wade from abortions, not counting all the other things that I mentioned. Murder, abortion, heart attacks, strokes, diseases, cancer, COVID, AIDS, prison. You understand? We're not multiplying. All right? Not the way that we should. You understand? The birth rates are incredibly low. We're dying. And go in and possess the land which the Most High swear unto your fathers. We are working to get our land back. We're not from America. America is not our land. North, South, Central America, the Caribbean, that's where we've been for the last couple of 100 years. Our homeland is in the Middle East. We did not come from Africa. We did not start in Africa. We are not the natives to Africa. We come from the Middle East. Our homeland is filled with Arabs and white men pretending to be Arabs and pretending to be the Jews right now. You understand? All right? We are working to build our society so our king will come and deliver us and give us our land back, because America is hidden in World War III. You understand? And thou shalt remember all the way which the Most High thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness. We were in the wilderness for 40 years, of course, you know, after we got out of Egypt, to humble thee. Our people are very proud and very arrogant, especially the tribe of Judah. No one can tell anyone anything. That's why our children are in prison. That's why you're raising kids by yourself. That's why our communities are filled with diseases. We don't know what to eat, can't get health care. They won't treat us right or fairly, because the Lord will not allow us to fit into anybody's society. We must obey him and build up his world. We're his people. We belong to him. There's no other alternative to live life a different way. That's when we die. He said, and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep the commandments or no. That was to see if when you're in stress, when you don't have all the resources and everything that you need, will you still serve the Most High? Are you still going to obey the Lord? When you don't have money for your bills, a lot of brothers get money, you get you some woman, and you just abandon the Most High. Forget about the truth. I got money, my job, my kids. You mess around, the Lord take your job, kill your family, take your kids. You end up on the damn street and lose everything. Don't betray the Most High for a good day, a good time, or a bad time. Don't do that. The Lord took 40 years in that wilderness. It wasn't a 40-year journey, but it was 40 years to prove us. And the Isupk brothers and sisters must be proven. You understand? Proven to get in and proven to stay in. If you're not proven and you don't pass the test, you will not be in here. You can be a student, you can watch online, but to be a brother and sister in here, just like the Lord has always done, our people need to prove themselves. The Isupk is the proving ground to see who will serve the Most High the way that he said. And so many of our people choose to go somewhere else where they don't have to prove. Well, the Lord proved us here. And humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and feed thee with manna, which thou knowest not. He fed you with bread. You didn't know what time or where the bread was coming from. And you were humbled because you couldn't feed yourself. Our people are so proud that we are in these terrible situations and still filled with pride and arrogancy, thinking that we know everything. Like that angers the Lord. The Bible says in the Apocrypha is things that make a wise man mad, a man of war that suffers poverty, and a proud man that is poor. Like you are arrogant and proud and you don't know how to do anything. Run a city, run a family, you understand? Stop getting killed and just proud and arrogant as can be, with more problems than every other race of people on the planet combined. That angers the Most High. We got to stop that. Religions teach us to be that way. You understand? Neither did thy fathers know that he might make thee known that man doth not live by bread alone. The way you eat is not the only way you survive. But every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High doth man live. Thy raiment, your clothes, not old. Your clothes didn't get old. Thy raiment waxed not old upon thee. Neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. We didn't have all that gout and swollen foot and bad knees and bad backs, bad prostates and hips and all kind of breast cancer, fibroids. We didn't have none of that because we obeyed the Most High. Sisters weren't having sex with multiple men, wasn't shoving a bunch of plastic fake rods inside of you that you bought from the white man. You understand? We didn't have all this divorce. We weren't murdering each other. We wasn't eating abominable things. We weren't serving the gods of the other nations of people. We were obeying the Most High, and the Lord took very good care of us. You understand? And a part of that very good care came with punishing us for disobeying him. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chaseth his son, see, it's right there in the scriptures, so the Most High thy power chaseth thee. You love someone, you must correct that son, correct that daughter. We got sons and daughters that don't get corrected. We got mamas that don't get corrected. For generation and generation, mommy been in charge of the family, never being corrected. So she ended up raising all the murderers. She got all the resources, all the degrees, all the education, everything, more than any woman on the planet, our sisters have available to them here in America, at the forfeiture of the respect and honor that every other woman has for their man. They were duped into giving that up by the United States government. You understand? Therefore, thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High thy power, to walk in his ways and to fear him. Fearing the Lord. You understand? The Bible says the fear of God is the beginning of his love. If you fear me, you will keep my commandments. You won't eat pork. You won't celebrate Christmas or birthdays or Thanksgiving. You won't go and vote for your leaders. You understand? You won't join and make a covenant with another nation of people, swear an oath to their government, their military, their Islam and Christianity and Buddhism and Rastafarianism. You won't join another people if you fear the God of the Bible, if you love the Most High. Verse 7, for the Lord thy power bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brooks of water, fresh water. None of this water filled with lead and asbestos that you can't get good hot water, you can't get fresh water, good, strong, healthy water, of fountains and depths out of springs and valleys and hills, good, fresh land. None of this suffering and struggling in the ghetto and projects with bad resources. The Lord brought us into our land, and we did not obey him. And then he said in this same book that we would go into slavery if we disobeyed him. And that is what happened, you understand? And we turn back to the Lord, he'll give us our land again, which is what we are working for to build back in the Isupk. You understand? So that's Deuteronomy, the 8th chapter, verses 8, you understand? Verses 1 through 7. All right. Okay, brothers and sisters, with that, I madam, which means to stand. All right. Upon Yahakwadam. All right, which means turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Thaba'a, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathanla Nawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Nawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwaf, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La'awalamyam, Amen. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. The prayer for the power. Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Baba Kwashar, Nathangla Nawa, Haka, Haka, Lara Pa'a, Kal Makala, Kal Manawa, Haka. Latahar, Hamatazarayam, Haka, Lahakwiam, Hamathiam, Haka, Al Rakar Waf, Hatama Allah, Lagarishan, Bashim Yahweh, the water Amad. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it. Psalms 121. Asha'a, Ayanya, Al Hahorium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Azariah, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al Yathan,
Lama Wat, Regal Ka, Al Yanawam, Shamar Ka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Shamar Ka, Yahweh, Tazal Ka, Al Yad, Yamyan Ka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yaka Ka, Wayarak, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamar Ka, Makal Ra, Yashamar, Taza Azka, Salakia, Afna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza Athka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aita, Wa'ai, Iwalam, Amam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming forth from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83. Alahayam, al damayala ka, al thakarash, wa al thashakwat, al kayahana, awa yabyaka, yahama yawan, wa mashanayaka, nasha'al wa ra'ash, al aimaka, ya irayamwa, sawad, wayataya aitazawa, al tazapa wanyaka, amarwa, lakawa, wanakakida, magoya, wala'a, yazakar, sham yasha'ala, iwad, kaya, nawa aitazawa, Lab, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Bar Yath, Yakarathwa, Ahalya, Adawam, Wayashima Alya, Mawaaba, Wahagorium, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashath, Anya Shabya, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zerawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadyan, Kasaya Sara'a, Kayabyan, Banakal, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatamwa, Nadayabmawa, Ka'irab, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bak, Wakata Zal Manai, Kal, Nasaya Kamwa, Amarwa, Shalaki. Kal Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Naya Rishah, Lanawa, Ath, Na'awath, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Ka'ash, Taba Ira Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Khan, Taradatma, Basa Iraka, Wabasawapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shimka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Bahawa, Aida Aid, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'aiwa, Kaya, Avda, Shemka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al, Kal, Ha'arataza, Alma. And in the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They have consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes as Aban and Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set up the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. Power, structure, blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shah. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Allah Hayim. Matazab Ya'ah. Allah Wap Yahana. Ha Allah Wapyam. Ha Saranyam. Ha Quatazayanyam. Ha Kayayalyam. Wa Ha Akwathian. Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. The water Amma. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. Sar, which means to turn. Sisters Yeshabim, which means to be seated. Men of Israel going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Manu Shabbat, Imadim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Shabarakathum, Yayimata, which means hands down, Sar, which means to turn. Gonna give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Sisters Ahmadim, which means to stand. Gonna give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Ahmadim Shabbat, Ahmadim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Al Athan, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Yadimata. Class dismissed. All right, Most High in Christ, make sure to pay y'all tithes, like, share, subscribe, comment on all our videos. With that, shalom.